All right, so we just watched the Kamala Harris interview with Fox News. This is going to be Tulsi Gabbard's opinion on that interview. I'm a big fan of Tulsi Gabbard, so just kind of curious to see what her opinion of this is going to be.
On her past support of taxpayer-funded sex changes for inmates and illegal immigrants in her interview with Bret Baier. Here's the soundbite.
Are you still in support of using taxpayer dollars to help prison inmates or detained illegal aliens to transition to another gender?
I will follow the law, and it's a law that Donald Trump actually followed. Under Donald Trump's administration, these surgeries were available.
The Trump aides say that he never advocated for that prison policy and no gender transition surgeries.
You know what? You got to take responsible for what happened in your administration.
Yeah, and so do you.
Former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard joins us with reaction. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What is your reaction when you hear that soundbite?
It's one of the many examples of how Kamala Harris is lying to the American people and assuming that we're so stupid as just to believe her lies. We've seen the sound bites and the clips of her when
Trump went on Fox and Friends this AM. How did that go for him?
She was advocating and patting herself on the back for the law changes that she brought about that would do this very thing, that would make sure that U.S. taxpayers are covering transgender surgeries for inmates. She advocated for the same for illegal immigrants coming across our border.
And the weird thing about that is she wouldn't say that in her opinion, she thought that we should pay for these sex changes of people. Like she said it in that previous clip, in the interview that they showed, but she wouldn't admit to saying to it now. If that's what she wants, just say it. Like, yeah, this is something, maybe it's not high up on a policy that I want to work. You know, we have more important things right now, but I'm all for that. Just why wouldn't she just say it? If that's her thing, she thinks we should be supporting that, just say it. You know, don't not answer the question and deflect to Donald Trump. Like, come on. Trans people are such a tiny portion of the population, nothing burger in my opinion. It's not about the trans issue, man. It's about her not saying what she wanted in the past and admitting to it. That's the issue. He said crazy shit. Yeah, Trump says crazy shit all the time. All the time. But this was an interview with Kamala Harris. So do you support this or do you not support this? And then she would completely go on a rant about Donald Trump. Like that, the question had nothing to do with Donald Trump. Just tell us. If we want to vote for you, how are we going to know to vote for you? Because you won't tell us your opinion on things. You're being shady.
She refuses to take responsibility and own up to her positions. If her views have changed, fine, people can change, but she
exactly right there. She's saying if her views have changed, that's fine. She's flip-flop on every other issue. Why does this one matter too? People that were going to vote for her are still going to vote for her. It's not going to change anything. Just let us know what you actually think now. What is your position? Because at this point, I'm confused what you actually want.
As the American people deserve the respect enough to know exactly why she has changed. In
one minute, she's trying to take guns away. The next minute, she's a gunslinger and owns a Glock. Who are you, lady? We don't know you.
That interview with Bret, there were a number of examples where she is lying about her.
She's talking about shooting people that break into her house. I meant this morning. Oh, for Trump being on Fox and Friends. I'm sure that interview went fine. It's a Fox interview. Although I think at some point they didn't like him either. But yeah, it's whatever.
Past positions in order to try to create this new version of herself that she thinks will be more palatable to voters. And it's offensive in my view.
So this is such a neck and neck race. Every single vote, every single viewer, their vote will matter.
Yes.
And he pressed her on why, if he's so bad, why is he winning in the swing states? Listen to this.
Why, if he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
Because I'm worse.
Listen,
are they stupid? What
God,
is it?
I would never say that about the American people. And in fact, if you listen to Donald Trump, if you watch any of his rallies, he's the one who tends to demean and belittle and diminish the American people. He's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within.
And so do you. A threat to democracy.
Talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
They're so focused on that when they need to be focused on the economy. Everywhere we go, people say we can't afford groceries. They're worried about immigration, her immigration plan.
Yeah, it's an extension of what we've seen over the last 3.5 years from the Biden-Harris administration. People are continuing to be concerned about the high cost of living, and they remember how over this past term in office, they've patted themselves on the back, celebrating the success of Bidenomics and just saying, well, if the American people only knew how good we are and what a great job we did, then maybe we would be more popular. But ignoring the reality of the struggles that the American people are continuing to face and why so many of them want to see change. They need to see a better economy. They need to see secure borders. And again, if
Wanting to have proper vetting for firearm owners isn't taking guns away. No, we're talking about her past positions. I was talking about when she was flip-flopping. In the past, she was like, yeah, we're going to take guns away. Now it's we're going to take ARs away, not all your guns. And she's leading that by saying, I'm not going to take your guns away, but ARs are guns. So yes, you're taking guns away. And the vetting issue, I don't think anyone really has an issue with vetting. There's some maybe issue with like veterans, you know, they might have some mental health issues that they would want to be cleared on to make sure that they wouldn't fall into those lines. I'm sure that that's a little sketchy, but for the most part, I think most people want vetting of firearms. Is a threat to Western democracy, I believe. And you're not alone. A lot of people believe that, you know.
If you get past the propaganda media and Kamala Harris's lies, this is where I think President Trump really has an opportunity because he is the change candidate in this election.
And what's interesting, this is probably the first time, I think, in my lifetime at least, where we know what he stands for because we had him for 4 years.
Exactly.
We know what she stands for. We had her for 3.5 years.
And that's the thing that I'm sharing with voters. I'm traveling across the country and sharing with them why I'm endorsing President Trump, but encouraging them, say, if you're undecided, if you have friends who are undecided, this is the first time we have a clear record. You don't have to just listen to rhetoric.
That's
we
true.
know exactly what kind of president both of them will be, and there's a huge contrast between the two.
Tonight, former
Is that exactly what she said back in the day? Yeah, when it came to like school shootings and things like that, yeah, she was talking straight up about pressing people to take guns away. That was definitely her opinion. And I still believe that's her opinion. I still believe she actually does want to take guns away. This whole scenario about her being a Glock owner and she's actually gun friendly, I don't buy it. I think she's going to back hard left policies of we need to remove all the guns. I really believe that.
Hawaii Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard and Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin held a panel discussion at the Robert Crowell Athletic Center in Carson City to pitch Donald Trump. I had an exclusive pull-aside interview with both of them and asked why it matters to Nevadans.
Yes.
This election, former President Donald Trump has assembled what the campaign calls a unity ticket, comprised of national figures, including former Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, whose popularity has been on the rise since joining forces with the Republican ticket.
It's a great
You really can't hate Tulsi. She's awesome.
credit to President Trump that he has welcomed people from all different backgrounds, from me to Bobby Kennedy to Elon Musk and so many others across the country, really creating the big tent that my former Democrat Party used to be.
I'm really sick of all the hate Elon Musk is getting too. That is just unwarranted. It's really like, it makes no sense to me at all.
He is saying, hey, we may not agree on every issue, and that's okay. What we are doing is coming together around the most important and fundamental issues.
Though opponents are critical that the so-called unity ticket will bring Donald Trump more to the center, in northern Nevada, where the largest voting bloc is nonpartisans and independents, this may help Trump win.
We're getting to a point here where Americans are sick and tired of the divisiveness and are looking for real leadership.
Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin is known for his conservative stances and brash political style.
People want to know why I'm in politics.
because I got fed up. Because the federal government's job is not to create jobs, it's to create opportunities for entrepreneurs to create jobs. And this administration thinks it's a government job to control every aspect of it.
And in Nevada, where the union vote is critical, Trump has gained an edge over Democrats because several important unions who supported Biden in 2020 are now either supporting Donald Trump or remaining neutral.
60% of the Teamsters now are supporting President Trump. And as they will tell you, the unions didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left the working class.
Both Gabbard and Mullen are indigenous Americans. Tulsi Gabbard is a Samoan American from Hawaii, and Senator Markwayne Mullen a Cherokee from Oklahoma. They met with local tribal leaders on Tuesday night.
Not even going to start on Leon. I don't know that guy. I haven't seen much of him.
And one of the things that we're reaching strongly out to is obviously the Indian country, Native Americans. Sometimes they're overlooked and they're just simply given lip service. It's time for the policies to actually work for Indian country. And the way we do that is we invite them in.
After the event, Gabbard and Mullen caught the ending of the Lady Wolfpack volleyball game at the University of Nevada, Reno. The Wolfpack caught controversy after refusing to play with San Jose State, who has a trans athlete on their team.
Just to stand with the team coaches, the players themselves for really having the courage to stand up for the truth.
What's your thoughts on that, Paul? I'm really interested to see what you think about having transgender players on, say, like girls' teams. What do you think about that?
And protect women and girls in sports from biological males competing against them.
And Senator Mullen is close allies with Republican Senate candidate Sam Brown, who is Trump endorsed and hoping momentum from the presidential race will help him win.
I've known Sam since he first started running. And so I think the guy's awesome. He's been to Oklahoma. He's actually been to my house.
Covering Voters Decide. Josh Menny.
Elan, Trump called him Leon. Did he really? I'll have to look for that. Yeah, see, I'm working now, man. I can't catch these clips. I can't catch the jokes.
2 News, Nevada.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to have Tulsi Gabbard and Markwayne Mullen here with us today. It's a huge day. It's a huge fight for women in their sports right now. And that's why we're here so proud of the Lady Wolfpack team standing up for themselves.
This is my friend Markwayne Mullen. He's a U.S. Senator from Oklahoma. He and I introduced legislation 5 years ago now called the Protect Women's Sports Act. It was awesome to be able to come here and see these girls compete. They're inspiring so many young women and girls across the country right now because of their courage. And
my daughter plays high school volleyball. There was a trans athlete on the team that just dominated. She was like 6'2". And what was your opinion on that? Like, how did that make you feel? I know my opinion on it. I think it's fucked up in every way. I don't think it should be allowed. But I don't know. I just don't get the logic of why someone would want that. I don't get it.
bravery in the face of adversity.
Somebody explain it to me.
Even on their own campus with their own leadership, they're sticking to their guns and standing up for women and girls in sports and standing up for truth and science. So we are so glad that we could come here and cheer you guys on in your last set tonight and see you win. And most of all, though, just let you know how proud we are of you. You are setting an incredible example for countless women and girls across the country who are watching you right now. We're grateful to be here just to let them know that we appreciate them and we got their back.
You know, it's interesting because
I think it matters when they are with hormones, etc. I mean, any dude, though, with the bone structure of a guy going into these female sports, I just think it's wrong. I don't think that's like a new opinion. Like that was something, like I'm saying something shocking. I really don't. Like, I think most people probably think that. Like, that's kind of fucked up. It really is. It was messed up. Obviously, there was a clear unfair advantage. To me, it was like Usain Bolt running in the Special Olympics. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it just seems wrong. It really does. But I don't think that's shocking. I think most people probably agree.
Tulsi and I introduced this Protect Our Women's Sports back in 2019.
But yet, all of these trans players are playing in these sports. So if most people agree, how's this happening? That's the real question.
And at that time we talked.
So maybe I am wrong.
It's going to take athletes, women athletes, to stand up and take this fight on because it's their fight. And to see these college girls right here in the Wolfpack at Reno, Nevada University, it's amazing. And it excites me because they're fighting for my daughters.
Right.
And so we're here to just support them all we can. So guys, join them in the fight because we are.
I just want you to know you're not alone, and there's a whole lot of people cheering.
You're not alone. The bio girls are about 5'8" and maybe a 8-inch vertical. This person could dunk a ball. Yeah, and it just seems wrong. You either have gender dysphoria or not. I have a trans family member. I'm not saying trans people can't exist, but what I am saying is obviously they have an unfair advantage, and that seems wrong to me. Like you wouldn't, kind of like what Chad's saying, like you wouldn't put someone that big in or fast against someone who's just in the Special Olympics. Like that just seems wrong. We have weight classes for a reason. We have gender classes because of, bone structure and hormones and all of this stuff. So it's not stopping someone from getting any kind of surgery that they want to get. I think, you're an adult, you do whatever you want. That's America. That's freedom, right? Do whatever you want. I don't care. But let's say if they were in a boxing match or something, that just seems wrong. Seems wrong to me.